Hello and welcome to Alke-Centric. This is Umlungisigandlala. Umiyucwanini sibuye sikhabakhabane sekhabuvezi ngonyawo. Welcome to Alke-Centric again. Today I'd like us to talk about Umkhokha part 2. We're going to be talking about these topics. We'll revisit them every now and then whenever we can, because new information comes through, new revelations, or whatever the case may be. You remember we said Umkhokha is a repetition of a bad omen in a family. Like we even said the last on our part 1 that if someone passed away in an accident, that in our culture or in our way of life, we believe that that particular person has to be cleansed. In some families, that person does not get into the yard because we believe that if that person comes back, they would come back the very same way they left, and then that would be dangerous for us as a family because if he comes back in that way, it means that people will just uh, pass on the very same way. So now, this is an extension of what we spoke about. I just want those who didn't see that the first video to get an idea what exactly we are talking about when we're talking about Umkhokha. So, in some cases, you'd find that a member of your family had a grudge with someone, had a grudge with someone and maybe a member of a family or a neighbor. Uh, if that person passes on while they were still in conflict with the neighbor, obviously it would have to be someone we know, and we would have to know about that conflict. We then have to, as a family, go to that person, apologize on behalf of this particular person. If it's something that happened within the family, maybe brothers do not get along or they accuse each other of something, so there's some sort of a cold war going on, then we would have to apologize to the other brother on behalf of this one, and this one would have to apologize to the family, uh, apologizing to the brother, so that there is peace amongst them. Why do we do that? So that this person, when he goes to the land of our forefathers, they do not return them back. Because if they are returned back, it means that in a family we will continue having these conflicts. You find that I do not get along with my brother, or I do not get along with my sister, but one way or the other we continue having these conflicts with each other. It is we believe that it is a way of communication. This person is communicating to us that we need to have what we call in our language intlambuluko. So that would mean, how would we know that there needs to be intlambuluko? Obviously, if this thing happens amongst us, we then have to consult a healer, a spiritual healer, not a GP, a spiritual healer or an African indigenous healer, someone who is a seer, someone who will actually see what happened. We tell that person why we are there and we want to understand. And then that person would then consult with their ancestors or with our ancestors as well. Then it will be revealed to them that, okay, we have this problem. That's why we keep on fighting. Uh, Maybe our forefathers who were brothers who had a conflict with each other while they were alive, they never resolved it. So when they come back to us, they will come back with the very same conflict, because to be they need the conflict to be resolved, because as long as the conflict is not resolved, it is difficult with them to then in a way congregate with some of our ancestors. That is another way to look at it. Sometimes you find that a person owes another person money. We then have to find a way to pay back the money to that particular person. I'm not talking about an occasion where this person owes maybe a furniture shop, or let's say a company. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a particular an individual. That person, when this person passes on while owing money, owing another person, when they pass on while they are indebted to someone, what happens is that person they owe money would in a way be complaining within them or to other people that this person died without paying back my money. So that in a way is a blockage, creates a blockage for this person who's passed on. If you remember, I'm just gonna keep on referring you back. You remember that we say in our way of life, we say a person doesn't die, they pass on, meaning that this person passes on to another realm or to another place. Yes, or to another place. So when they pass on to the other place, this thing will then block them from being part and parcel, or from being part uh, of their family or our family. So in order for this to be resolved, it has to be resolved by us. You find us here in Africa, especially in South Africa. I'm not sure about the rest of Africa. Having ceremonies, we call it maybe ukuhlabela amadlozi, where we slaughter a cow or a goat, or whatever it is that we would be slaughtering to appease the ancestors. But sometimes we appease them not even knowing what we are appeasing them for. It is very, very important for us to know what it is that we are appeasing them for, because we're going to keep on doing this, and we're going to be told the same thing, that you need to appease the ancestors. You need to understand the root of why you are doing whatever ritual that you are doing, in order for you to get a proper solution for that. So if you then pay, we were still on it, on this person owing somebody. If you pay someone, you pay back the money to the person that was owed by one of your family members, then you've relieved that person. You then would have to, that person will also be happy that their money is back, and then they will free their heart. It is very important that they free their heart. We can then, maybe we can pasha and tell this person that, okay, we've paid so and so back their money. Hopefully you will have a better passage now. So it is very, very necessary for us as a people to learn these things, because sometimes you will meet, like I said on one of our videos, every industry has its own thieves and scammers. There are people who will pose as African indigenous healers. There are African indigenous healers who are scammers. So it's very, very important for you to do your research before you go to someone. Do your research, and it's always better if you are referred by someone who's been there. Then you know that at least you are going there through reference. We all know in everything that we do, if you are referred by someone, it's always better because they have an experience, a live experience, other than that particular person which is an African indigenous healer in this sense, telling you themselves how good they are in whatever they are doing. Then it's gonna be disastrous for you. Uh, in order for you to get all the results and everything, you need to know who to go to. And before going to those people, what we generally advise is that you need to consult your ancestors, talk to them. You can light a candle, or you can light impepo, and talk to them as you are talking to me. Face east and talk to them. You are likely to find a solution. Or when you are about to go to a healer, you need to do that. Let me not dwell too much on this one. I hope it will be helpful to someone. Please share the content with your friends and family on your social media platform. Maybe it will be helpful to someone, to a certain family. Some people are stuck not knowing what to do, only to find that a solution is very easy and it wouldn't cost them anything in terms of money. Thank you for watching. From Ucwanini, Dichikamako.